it's a little less obvious. Was quite the distraction.
little ambiance. Oh man. How long is this? Not that long. You're way off the beat, dude. It's mellow.
What?
Yes. Up in the production value, huh? You guys couldn't hear it, but that was actually by D. Crew Colin. He sent it to me months ago to use. I have no idea where to use it, so we're using it there. For you guys can hear, it was the BF3 intro, just acoustically. You'll hear it on the replay. So yeah, welcome guys. It's been 3 months since we did Friendly Fire 2. Crazy. Polly, you were a guest. Actually, let me cover that right now. Polly's standing in for Mass. He couldn't make it at the last minute. Something popped up. Not his fault. We are just winging this tonight. We've been talking about it forever, probably since we stopped doing Nerd Talk most of the, but even then we've kind of bounced it around the last couple weeks as Scott's resurfaced and things. But I got sidetracked. We talked about it Monday, and then I dropped the ball. So it's not his fault. It's mine. We'll get him back on. We'll drag him on. He probably just doesn't want to let up the control. But Polly, luckily you did reply to me. He was on standby, came in, member of the squad. I guess we got to get a fifth guy now, right, for Battlefield 4. But yeah, welcome guys. I'm glad to have you. Should be fun. Now we don't have to only go for an hour, puppy. You can talk all you want.
Yes, yes. I'm allowed to talk.
So again, let me kind of introduce everyone. Yes, I'm gonna go around on my screen. I don't really know how it's lining up with you guys, but we're trying Skype for the first time too. So let me know if there's any issues in the chat. Type like culprit in all caps so I see it. Otherwise, I ignore the rest of you. But yeah, Mr. Time itself. Most of you guys know from Nerd Talk. I don't know. I almost called you a COD guy time, but I mean, you played BF4. I know that, but your YouTube is mostly. Although I've seen some. What the hell? The Rocket game. What the hell is that called?
I've been posting a little Kerbal Space
That's
program.
right. I saw that. I was like, wow.
It's good stuff.
It is. I want to try it, but I know better than to try it. So. And I'll go to Polly first. We're gonna let Puppy back clean up here. Mr. Polygon Wizard standing in, like I said. You guys know him most famously from Friendly Fire Episode 2, the epic 3-hour conversation amongst ourselves. People saw it on YouTube though. Thankfully, it was saved and it wasn't lost for the archives. Where's the beard? They're already asking me. Puppy, you want to tell him?
He had to shave it out, shave it off, because he's married, but y'all will figure it out when you get married.
Yeah, I had a homeless man beard, egg roll. I did. I said, what did I say, a jihad beard or a SEAL operator beard? It was actually quite terrible, but I had to shave it. For those who don't know, it's my youngest son's birthday today, so I'm gonna have quite a few family pictures and things going on. So you gotta look presentable, otherwise they'll make fun of you 20 years from now, whether I'm here or not.
I look forward to it.
So, to introduce the last guy, he asked that he have a WWE intro.
No,
you asked it. You asked for it. You kind of did. You did. And here it is, puppy. You said you're going to rip your shirt off.
No, this is a good shirt. I like this shirt.
You sell me a bill of goods, and I make it happen.
Back out now.
I don't think I've ever seen Puppy embarrassed before.
I'm turning.
I'm raising the production game here, guys. It's going crazy. So, yeah, well, we were going to do a whole segment on where you've been, but that's kind of, we don't need to do that right now, so. Let's talk, well, we were going to do another segment on how much you've played. So, Puppy, since we're going to talk about the Battlefield 4 beta here, how much of it have you played?
I have played a grand total, a whopping total. Let me tell you, I've invested my life, heart, and soul into this, and I have, as of right now, I have 6 hours logged.
Strong. 6 hour defibs?
6 hours. I got a whopping 3 defib kills. I'm actually a little disappointed on that one.
Oh, wow. I have less than I thought I did, too, actually. I have 15 hours, so I thought I had a lot more than that. But I haven't played much the last week. I'm personally trying to avoid, like, grinding, and then, like, I don't want to be tired of it. And to be honest, well, we'll get to it later.
You get to do it again.
Yeah, and it's like, I wanted to just kind of try everything. My main thing was just, I did a video on it, just try the gunplay. That was a big thing for me. How's that feel? I'm cool with it. I'm ready to go for release. You better believe it, but I'm not trying to grind. So, Tom, how about you?
I just passed 18 hours after a couple games tonight.
And Polly?
Yeah, I'm about the same, somewhere between 18 and 20. I haven't checked.
And has everybody tried all of the game modes? Puppy, I'm guessing you probably haven't done Obliteration.
I actually did get a couple games of Obliteration in this morning, real quick, just so I knew what I was talking about. I didn't want to show up.
Look at that. He's a professional, folks.
Yeah, I gotta know what I'm talking about.
So then let's get right into it. Time, we'll start with you. What are your overall impressions? Now, for those who don't know, you're playing it on the Xbox 360.
Yeah,
right, so.
I only get about 20 FPS on PC. 360, it's definitely a beta, but they're clearly trying to start with Battlefield 3 and move on to something new. They're working with some new ideas, especially on the maps. I'm really going for some really vertical stuff, and that's some of the biggest changes they've made. In all, it's roughly Battlefield 3 plus another 2 years. That's good, though. That's good.
Yeah, I'm on record for not being opposed to a evolution rather than a revolution. I got no problem with that.
It's a beta. There are all sorts of
yeah, it's
bugs.
hard to tell. Like, what's a beta? What's the game? So, and Puppy, you seem like you're anxious to talk.
Give me a minute. Just give me a minute.
All right, Polly, while he collects himself,
Yeah,
you go.
Yeah, I mean, it's a beta. I've had some issues like everybody else with, on PC with frame rates and stuff. Latest patch the other day helped me a lot there. It's a lot more stable and no more freezing for me, which is nice. I really like the verticality of the map. I know some people don't, but I'm loving just jumping from building to building to get to places. Especially like on Conquest, if you still have the building up, you can start at C and jump down to any of the other flags and get there pretty quickly. And sometimes I'll stop off on one of the other roofs and take a few pot shots and jump to another roof and finally make my way down to ground
Saints
level.
Row, basically.
Yeah, a little bit, but less superpowery, more
But see, I
parachuting.
wish people would do that instead of just have their mail forwarded to the roof and just stay up there.
Well, that's fine too, because then you jump in a helicopter and kill them, or if you can make it out of the elevator without getting C4'd or shot, then you can go up there and knife all the snipers. So it's still kind of fun.
Well, and theoretically, mortars will help in these things. So
yeah, some of those things. So I'm curious with the mortar on the height of some of that stuff. Does it go way up above the ceiling and come down, or is it?
Well, the guy will be on the other roof, though. I mean,
yeah, there you go.
You're assuming he's on the ground. Why would he be on the ground? He's just going to be on the other roof.
Yeah, he's totally chilling on the other roof.
Yeah, I've played probably mostly Conquest. I've played quite a bit of Domination and a bit of the Obliteration once it went up. I haven't tried it since they added the timer for it.
Now you're on PC, right? Or have you tried both?
Yeah, I've been doing PC. I haven't done any Xbox, even though technically I could jump on there.
Just giving a baseline so when we get into things.
Yeah, they added the timer on it on PC, and I haven't tried it yet. That was the one thing about that mode that I was thinking it kind of needed, just like CTF for BF3. It's like, otherwise it just drags on forever and ever. Like the few matches I played, it was either like 5 minutes because one team was just super, super overpowered, or if it was evenly matched, it took forever. Like the longest one I think I had was just at an hour.
So what happens when that timer runs out? Does the team who has the most points destroyed win, or does it end in a draw?
I don't know.
Anybody know?
No, I don't know yet. And I was going to ask how they do the timer. Is it overall match? Or is it per, does the timer restart?
20-minute timer is what it says on the little press releasey thing or something.
Everyone's saying it's a draw.
Draw, okay.
Yeah.
Really?
So you can't take the bomb after destroying 1 point and just camp it in your base. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely going to be turtling. That's for sure. I mean, it's going to get exploited one way or the other. But yeah, I had the same problem. And
People will find a way.
Yeah, yeah, and that's not Dice's fault, really. I mean, they've got to do the best they can. So,
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Puppy, you ready?
All right, man. So I wanted to let those guys go first, because both you guys have had a little bit of playtime on PC. I know, Time, you said you had a little bit of trouble with it on PC because of the frames. I am super pissed about the beta. Hope you'll be upfront. You know, if you want to hate on me, hate on me.
I'll tell you right now, you're not alone from the console.
I am super pissed. It is so ugly, and there are so many graphical glitches. Like, I posted a video the other day, like last week, where there was actually a point in the video where I get up on the roof in Domination. You know the roof, because it's the roof. In Domination.
You don't have to
the one
do
that
more
everybody hangs out on. And I get
Just
up
say
on
up.
that roof, and I aim, and where I'm aiming, there's nobody, and then all of a sudden, just poof, people materialize out of nowhere.
Wow.
You know, and they're already shooting at me. So, you know, stuff like that, like...
Biggest reason not to get up on that roof.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I experienced that in you know, in the Conquest, too, you know, it's just, I experienced a lot of really, like, game-breaking issues. I understand it's just a beta. I do. But I feel like they're going with this Levolution thing, and it's a great idea. It's a fantastic idea. But unfortunately, and this is where I get super jealous of you PC guys, I am on hardware that's just not able to handle it. The Xbox can't do it, and from what I understand, from what people are telling me, the PS3 is no better.
Right. Tom, you're seeing the same
super
issues?
frustrating.
Oh yeah, there's the start of every game, before everything's really loaded, like people are running around, and first thing that happens is their guns will materialize, and then they show up, and they start the game before it's loaded, so you'll run around and you'll spot someone, and it'll just be the dot running around, and then you'll shoot at the dot, and eventually it'll fall over and be a corpse, and it's like, gone, you can go pick up.
So it's like Crisis.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, you're in
Cloak.
hunter mode, yeah.
Cloak, hell
Cool,
yeah.
sweet. So, yeah.
There was another thing too that like really bugged the hell out of me, and it's just the same thing with the graphics too. Is like the Scar L, or is it the L? The Scar
H is the
Scar
assault.
H. Scar H. Yeah, the assault rifle, the Scar. On Xbox, as soon as you get that, you know, you're stuck with the irons. And when you spawn, it doesn't matter how late into the game you are. When you first spawn, there's like a solid 10 to 30 seconds where your iron sight is not an iron sight. It's just a black square
That was you, Time. I
in
saw
the
post
middle
that, right?
That
of your
happens
screen.
with every iron sight. You basically don't use them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's terrible. You can't see anything. It's just, you know, I got terrible eyesight. You know,
Yeah.
so I'm like, this is okay. You know, I see that stuff
Gommel.
back in the footage. You know, I'm like, that's whatever. But like the fact that happens, and like again, I get that it's a beta, but still the fact that happens, like this is. Battlefield 4 is like Battlefield 3 redone.
There's
they
no
should,
excuse for that.
have this
there's
down.
there's no excuse for that. Like I said, for us on PC anyway, it's pretty easy to tell what's beta issues, performance issues, server test issues, these types of things. You know, like the choppiness, the lag, even the crashing. It's frustrating, but you're just like, okay, that's what we're supposed to be figuring out here. It's other things that get me, but that's like I mean, I just watched some of the videos, and it's like you see the graphics popping and the crazy thing is, I mean, I don't know if you guys know, you guys are missing. There's no trees on the console versions. You know, it makes sense. It's very weird because I watch some console play and I'm like, oh, did somebody blow that up, or you know, like it's just not there. And
Nope,
I mean, I
you don't get
understand
trees.
why. Yeah, that's with premium. But yeah, you know, I understand. It's just weird. Yeah, it's just weird, and I kind of went back and forth making a video on this forever. Of, you know, should regular console guys buy it? We'll talk about it. I have it listed to talk about later, but I don't know. I feel bad for guys that can't upgrade right away because clearly they're going to get like a BF4 Lite, I'd say, you know, if that. So,
Yeah.
But,
on the plus side, though, like
yeah,
you PC guys, like I have a really strong feeling that like a lot of you guys are having the frame issues and everything. I have a very strong feeling that nobody will have that problem come day one.
From what I haven't played, but people are telling me today, whatever they put out today has helped a lot of people. I haven't played. I do too. I have a lot of, you know, the easiest thing for them to fix is like the hardware kind of things, you know, like I have concerns about balancing and map design, you know, that kind of stuff. But, you know, lag, stuttering, they have to fix that, you know. So, I mean, that's going to happen.
Granted, I don't expect a whole lot. I am between the minimum and the recommended spec, so...
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
should be able to play the game seamlessly. I mean, you're not going to have, the perfect graphics. But, I mean, I could. I don't run them that high. So, I
think
choose
if you're-
not to.
I think if you have at least the minimum specs on a PC, you should at least be able to push 30 frames, no problem.
Okay. Well,
That's just my thought.
Yeah.
And I mean, on console, I'm sure, Time, you've seen when the tower comes down, the Xbox 360 chugs. I mean, we'll get like 2 frames a second when that tower comes down.
Choking.
It
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
It chokes. It
That's
just like
crazy.
materializes on the ground. It's just like, well, that's
Pretty
not
much it.
exactly the trailer I watched.
Yeah. Well, see, here's my thing. We might as well just get into it since we're all talking about it. Now, see, all right, you're going to hate me and people are going to yell at me, I guess. Is that a bad thing, though? Like, is it a time that they designed a little further, especially now that you have the next gens? I do feel bad for the people that can't upgrade, but let's be honest here. Battlefield 3 was, in my opinion, held back in design by the current gens. At some point, now maybe the timing, maybe one more year, I guess. I don't know, but it's kind of like, of course I'm being selfish. I'm excited that they've clearly designed beyond the current gen. I mean, it sucks for those, but I think there's a lot of people out there, like you said, I think in the long run are going to benefit from that design. But
You think you're fixing to step on toes here? Let me tell you. I honestly believe that Battlefield 4 should not come out for current gen consoles. Period. It should not come out. I think they should have just ditched it. Now they're coming out with it because it's EA and EA likes money.
They're absolutely.
Give me the money.
Player
1
base.
million plus.
Yeah,
subs.
you know,
Why do you
and
think
not only-
Domination's in there?
Well, not only that, but like because it's current gen consoles, most everyone that's on a current gen console is gonna eventually buy next gen, and they'll buy Battlefield with it, and they have like this $10 upgrade purchase
Yeah,
or whatever.
we were talking
What
about
you
that.
don't realize is really you're just paying $70 for a game that would normally cost you $60.
Yeah, for 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for 2 or 3 weeks head start, and like I really like. I feel like them putting out Battlefield 4 on current gen consoles is just doing Battlefield a disjustice. It's just terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with you. If they were able to just say, screw it, we're not even going to have them in mind at all, I think the game overall, big picture, probably for the
It would be-
majority, would have been better off in
yeah.
6 months in.
Oh yeah.
They can't
Yeah,
do
but
that.
unfortunately they can't do that.
Yeah, they can. I know.
They gotta sell copies, and
Yeah.
they sell decent for just with PC, but they're not going to get as nearly as much as
no.
even Battlefield 3 doing that. So
But I think
they've got to
even,
sell it on current.
even next-gen consoles would have been better off, though, I think.
You know, part of me wonders though if maybe they're not hurting their sales by releasing it on current gen, because
Oh,
you know
no.
some
No.
people that aren't
Yeah.
in the YouTube scene, will get the beta and they'll go, "Man, this is terrible."
Well, I think the beta, you can make that argument, sure. It's hurt the current gen more than it's
yeah, I
helped,
was going to say I think
Yeah.
it's going to hurt the current gen more than anything else.
But is
I
that
don't-
balanced out by the guy that was like on the fence about a next gen, and now he's like, screw it, I gotta go rob somebody to get that thing, November. I don't know, but I think perception anyway is worse now for current gen than it was before the beta came out.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised by that because I'm not surprised by the things that are going on, but I'm surprised it's as like you're saying graphically that's pretty bad. But
There
as far
are a
as-
lot of concessions to putting it on current gen, and I mean player counts, graphics, map size, all sorts of stuff. You're getting less, maybe half the game. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I
know,
will
the-
say that is speaking of map sizing, kind of going off that. I will say that something I actually quite enjoyed was the fact that 24 players did work on the map they gave us. On console.
that's in domination or Conquest?
Conquest and
Really?
Conquest.
Can't
Normally,
play
because
Conquest.
I saw that gigantic map on PC and I was like, "Oh God!"
Because I don't
It's
feel like
gonna
64
be like
works.
Bendar Desert all over again. Just like
problem-
ages without seeing anybody.
Probably because you guys are too lagged to go anywhere, so you're all like focused in one area.
the problem I ran into was I'd get in a tank, I'd drive over to A, and take the point from up top, and there'd be a guy down below. Like, I'm not going to face that tank. I'd just be sitting in my tank up top. I'm not getting out of my tank. And we just sit there.
Who's gonna get bored first?
Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Board field 4.
Yeah, and then you get repair torch or something, something stupid. But yeah, see, yeah, I mean, the overall impressions were, I think we kind of covered that. Second thought was gonna be maps, so we'll go right into it. See, I thought, honestly, my opinion, I played Conquest not much. I have, what did I say, about 20 hours. Shoot, 18 of those are domination, an hour each on the other two. I don't like. I mean, C Flag is a riot. C Flag is crazy on Conquest, but everywhere else, it's just like, you might get 1 or 2 engagements every couple minutes. I feel, and that's on 64.
Ooh, no, you haven't played the right matches, man.
Well, I played early, so I'm hoping. Yeah, that could be too.
It's a lot better now.
It's gotten better. That's what I'm hoping.
I've played kind of flip flop of you. I've played a bit of domination,
Yeah, that's
especially
good.
right at the start, and I've played a ton more conquest. And man, we've had some epic battles, usually around the C flag, like
Yeah.
you said, but on PC also the D and the B. So the ones, I think those are the ones that are also on console. So it's the one that's got the underground, and then it's got the
Yeah.
one that's kind of the domination area. There's usually tons of people trying to get those, at least in the matches I've been
Good.
playing, and have some epic battles on the bridges. Like you get armor going back and forth with a bunch of infantry on the bottom, popping rockets everywhere. It's crazy.
That's how Obliteration was for me the other. Like I planned to go back and play more Conquest, and then they released Obliteration, so then I went and played that. But that's I can see that. My
That's
problem
one
was there
thing
were
with
so many
that
people on
mode
the
that's
roofs.
cool, is because of the bomb carrier being visible to everyone, it makes everybody go to all to the same place. And
I don't wanna pick
if
it
you
up.
want action, you just go there, and if you don't want to pick it up, you just wait, and somebody will
That's
shoot at
pretty
them.
much where I'm at. Because
Oh, and it gets in the middle, and everyone's parachuting down.
yeah, it's crazy.
It's like AC-130 style, just, oh my, people everywhere.
Rain them in.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Hallelujah.
yeah, it's crazy. But you know what?
I can't wait to see it at 64. That's going to be even crazier. Like when people
Or a
mess
tighter
with
map,
ticket
yeah.
counts and all that
Oh, yeah, it's
crazy
gonna
stuff
happen.
on PC. It's going to be nuts.
See, I don't know. I'm kind of excited by that. I think that sounds.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing. It's going to be the point where you log into an Obliteration, or you're going to know that's coming. So that's as advertised. You're expecting it. It's okay. It's just like when you used to go on Metro 64 man. You knew what you were getting into, so it's okay. It's
Yeah.
Conquest though is like we expect a certain ebb and flow, and I think it's just a map.
I've been
I'm
getting
not
that
crazy
so
about the map.
far. Like this map is great
Yeah.
fun. I'm
See,
liking it.
I need to play it again. Clearly,
But I
whatever.
am a big Conquest guy, so that's really what I
See,
came
I'm
here
not
to
to
play a
begin
lot
with,
of it. And that's what I've done.
Yeah. See, I need to play more of it, apparently. My big thing is I don't like C-Flag. I don't like how it's all white. It drives me crazy, so...
Well, didn't you put something about textures on
Yeah,
it? That's
I
not
saw-
what it's going to be?
Yeah,
It's
I saw a
just beta?
screenshot. Yeah, I saw it skinned.
Yeah.
It should be
I
on my
don't
Twitter
like
if
it
you
with
guys
the
are
Rebel.
interested. But What's that?
The Rebel's okay, but I get stuck on a bunch of stuff. It's kind of fun to fight in, but I much prefer it with the building up.
That's kind of my problem. Is like it's all... Like, I can't even... Like, I don't feel like I have an intuitive idea where the cubby holes are, because everything's the same color. I feel like with some shading, shadows, I think I'd stand a better chance not getting camper killed,
Well, the
kind of
problem
thing.
with the building down is you can get shot from anywhere.
Yeah,
Like when you're
that's
fighting
true.
the Rebel, you would be paying attention to all the guys right there, but somebody on a rooftop or even just the shoreline can shoot you.
Yeah, see, I didn't even know you could bring it down on the Obliteration the other night. Now I'm going to bring that thing down every time.
Yeah, like right at the start, if you do it, it bogs it down so much. Because if you don't, then the bomb carrier will go to the top and
That's
jump
what
off.
I do. Yeah, I
No.
jump off
Yeah.
and I go to like the back bomb and
And then you just bypass all of the crazy glut and just get behind everybody. Hey, no one's back here. I'll just set it and do it all by myself.
yeah. Well, that's what it is. Because when you're in the building, my pet peeve is that there's no vertical indicator on the mini map, so people just keep pouring in, to that whole area thinking the bomb is there. Meanwhile, you're 3,000 feet up in the air. And you're
Yeah.
like, see you suckers. And if you have halfway decent air superiority, then you're okay. But.
Yeah.
Because it's all about the choppers in that mode, I think. Really, I mean, if you got a good chopper pilot and they don't, forget about it. You're going to win.
Oh, yeah.
It's a matter of time. I mean, I've seen some guys pull some... I mean, I only played 5 or 6 matches, and I saw some impressive chopper. I was like, wow.
Yeah, I'm
you're
not
going to
great
land
with
that right
choppers.
there?
But I've flown around on this map. It's a lot of fun weaving in between buildings.
Yeah.
Half the time I'm just crashing into it because I'm not great, but
I
it's
see
still
you're that
fun.
guy.
I'm not one of the
Let me go check
evil
his
people.
win-loss.
The new vehicle mechanic they have with helicopters is the rotors can get disabled, and so people automatically think that means your chopper's just completely dead, so they bail even though the chopper's at like 80% health. And it takes just like a second for it to come back online, and if you pay attention to that, you can keep flying. But I can't count how many times I've been in a transport chopper where everyone just jumps out, and I'm like, wait, what? Because I don't even notice it, and I crash.
Where'd you
and die.
go?
Yeah.
Come
Okay,
back.
I'll fly it. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at
It's
all.
good, guys, I swear.
Because if I don't know the pilot, first sign of anything, I jump out because I don't trust them. So yeah,
It's not Drunken Negro Airlines.
well,
true.
let's not even go there.
Dude, no. You haven't experienced it unless you get on Drunken Negro Airlines. Despite the name,
I got the
some big
brochure.
piloting
But
fun can be had.
I declined. So all right, so we're talking on game modes anyway. So let's Go ahead, Tommy.
Now, speaking of choppers, I mean, this was one of the things I was curious what you guys thought about. DICE keeps changing from Battlefield 3, like the entire time. They keep changing the lock-on weapon balance with mostly the choppers and jets, and here they change it again with Battlefield 4. Like, where are they going with this? Because right now Stingers are basically useless.
Well, see, I think that's just for how do you make a guided RPG? I think it's just for testing. I have to imagine they're going to change it back.
Well, yeah, I highly suspect that's going away. If it doesn't at launch, it will soon. Because
I've seen Demise
when you're shooting
tweet,
it, it's fun, but it's so dirty.
I've seen Demise tweet that he might remove it altogether.
Look, it blew up the chopper. That's great, fun, but everyone in that chopper is just like yelling bloody murder at you. Not again, especially since the beta doesn't have the alarms on, so you don't know when it's coming. So as soon as you hear a lock-on in a chopper, you just like flare immediately. Whether you know
I'd be shocked if the RPG stays.
Yeah, they clearly wanted to make the PLD useful for something, and there you go.
Because I've seen him tweet saying he might remove the whole lock-on system altogether. So I mean, they're clearly looking at it. I'm not a fly guy. I don't know, but like you said, you do it a couple. You're like, what? That worked? Like, okay.
One thing that's cool about the user interface with the lock-on stuff, though, is when you flare and it like tries to lock on, so you get the little diamonds sparkling over on all the bits of flare.
Now, what was what was the launcher with AT4? Is that what it was in Bad Company 2? Did they have that? The guided one where you can...
I believe the game here, like, we're getting a bunch of different launchers, so I think we are getting one that you can
That's not
steer.
in the beta, right? No, I know we definitely are getting
beta,
one.
no, but in the game.
Yeah, I didn't know.
The only thing we have in beta is the RPG and the Stinger.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I just... I haven't played Engineer all that much. Actually, I played it a lot in Obliteration.
That's mostly what I've played. I've got like 2 or 3 stars in Engineer, and then Assault's the next. And then
because I had most of my Domination, which at MX4, I couldn't. No.
Oh, that thing tears up.
Yeah, I just couldn't do it.
Close range.
I'm not used to it.
Yeah, you gotta be close. You can do it medium if you can compensate the recoil on it. Anyone who says there's not as much recoil in the beta, try that gun. It's got a little bit more. It's still, maybe less.
A ladder, that thing. It's just...
You gotta get used to it a little bit, but yeah, it's. I don't know what the fire rate on it, but it tears up if you're close.
Oh, it's like 800 something. I mean, according to Simtic, but they don't have any concrete stats. So let's talk about the game modes first. I'm going to ask chat, what are your favorite game modes? Just type it in there. I want to take a quick consensus. Well, now we got 3, so I thought we only had 2 when I started thinking about this. So Domination, Obliteration, or Conquest, and I just want to see what everybody says. And then what are your favorites, guys? And is there one you're never going to touch when launch comes?
Rush. Rush is my favorite.
Yeah, well, I mean, of the ones we're playing, I agree with you, though.
I know, I'm playing Rush. You're not playing it?
Sounds like you're playing a turn-based game over there.
Man, where'd you get? Only on your beta.
I actually, despite my typical stereotype of absolutely despising Conquest, I am having, when I do play Battlefield 4, I had the most fun playing Conquest. Obliteration was a nice way to mix it up. It was an interesting take, but I didn't really enjoy it too much. I think that's probably because the couple rounds I did play were over in what felt like seconds. It was just like I didn't even have time to figure out what's going on. Oh no, we lost. Oh, we won. Okay.
Can't see anything through this crosshair.
Yeah. So I didn't really get a good experience with Obliteration, and Domination. The spawns on it are just enough to make you want to, burn a puppy or something. So, I start playing Domination, and then I'm like, you know what? Screw this. I'm gonna go throw some kittens in a trash compactor. It's gonna make me happier. It's bad. Really I hate Domination so bad.
See, I love Domination, but that's
you do.
No, but I mean, I recognize the spawns are terrible.
And that's what I'm saying, man. Yeah. My very first round of Domination, my very first life in Domination. I spawn in, and I kid you not, I spawn in, I see a guy in front of me, I ADS'd, all right, we're going to get him, and then I get shot in the back because the guy just spawned right behind me. Literally
right behind me.
He could have tapped me on the shoulder.
Well, you didn't hear him, but he said, excuse me. He said, excuse me. Sorry about that.
Hey, bullets.
Yeah.
I mean...
Well, that's what I'm talking about. I have a lot of issue, or I should say I have no issue with the lag, the rubber banding, the crashing. That's a beta. To me, it's the spawns, things like that I'm like, these are the same exact spawns that were in Conquest Domination, in close quarters. And they literally copied and pasted the code, I'm guaranteeing you. So I don't know if they're going to fix that. I don't know.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I hope it'll be just not as bad on other maps. But
You know what? I honestly think they will fix it because like when Battlefield 3 first, like the full release first dropped, and it was what was the one that had the terrible spawns? The Karg Island TDM had like absolutely terrible spawns when that first dropped, and that was like one of the first things patched. So I think if they recognize something has bad spawns,
you're talking about when
I
they
think
added
they'll
the
listen.
area on.
Eventually, they
wait.
added the area, but
Yeah,
the first patch they didn't add the area.
No,
They just altered the
Yeah.
spawns.
Yeah. See, I
They should
just
alter the spawns
I'd
for this
play it,
map
yeah.
to be all on the rooftop.
might as well, right?
That'd be crazy.
Oh god.
God, king of the hill, king of the rooftop.
Everyone goes there anyway. Just start there.
Yeah.
Just save yourself the trouble.
I don't have as big an issue with the rooftop. I just play. I
Dude,
compensate
the
for it.
airburst. The airburst thing the support
yeah.
class has is so great for killing the people.
Yeah, I
on
don't even
rooftops.
use that, but I should. That's what
Yeah,
everyone's
you don't
telling
have to, but if you're on the ground and they're just barely pushing over the lip of it, and you can just barely see their head half the time,
me. I
just use the airburst thing if you know how to use it and set the range on it. Just fires right over the corner and kills them.
if they're up there and they're not capping my flags, so doesn't bother
Yeah,
me.
true.
I mean, it's annoying, but it's like okay, eventually you'll learn.
The airburst thing, period, just decimates. I kind of enjoy it. It's sad that the rest of the support class sucks ass. Just,
Well, they'll get some
We'll
more
get
cool
into that.
gadgets, and I think the guns will probably be better. I don't know. I haven't tried the Type 88 though.
Yeah, the carbines
I've
are
just
great.
tried the start one, but yeah, as far as the beta goes, the support guns are probably my least favorite, which makes me sad.
I enjoy them.
Support class.
Yeah, I enjoy them, but they definitely need work. They need some love. But I mean, I've seen guys. I've been playing with Clouded Truth a lot. I don't know if you guys know him, another YouTuber, and he is just dominating with like the Type 88. And so you look at me like, what?
I think I have to try it more. I've heard
He plays-
Capfire
he
works
plays
a lot better
small-
with the
yeah.
LMGs.
You got to play different, but that's
Yeah.
okay. But it's hard on domination.
They've given you a lot more options with the all kit weapons now. I kind of like that. You're not quite as stuck into one
Carbine's
role.
tear out.
Well, I mean, I guess we
So
might as well.
good.
Is that? I don't want to say OP, but I mean, those weapons are good and they're available for everything now. But I like the for me, I love the versatility it gives me because I don't have to touch the MX4. I don't have to touch a sniper rifle. So definitely helps guys like me. But yeah,
I'm fine with it. Just I feel like anything that kind of breaks away. Like I understand the purpose behind having a class in the game is to kind of like this is your designated role. We're kind of doing it for balance, You can revive people so you can't take out a tank, but I feel like having like the all kit weapons that they do have is kind of like even the marksmanship rifles. I quite enjoy like running around a assault class with one of those.
I haven't tried those yet.
I feel like that's kind of their way of giving a little bit more nod towards realism because you think about real life, you're not forced to carry. Well, you are specifically designed to repair tanks, so you must carry PDWs.
Your buddy's bleeding out next to you. Your grenade will not help him.
Yeah.
Well, I guess maybe there's a point it might, but I agree with you. I like
But my RPG will work.
Yeah, revenge.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Like I said, it's great. I mean, I plan on learning a carbine. That's gonna be my main gun, whether it's the best gun or not in the game. One of those carbines are gonna be my gun because then I can just play any class I want, and
Use the same gun.
Both of
Yeah.
the carbines here in the beta are really good.
Yeah, I like them. Like I in my video, I talk about I like the ACWR better. I think it's a better gun, but some nights my aim ain't working, so I go to the AK, the 5C, just because it's easier to control and get So I can see myself using those, and if there's more, even better. So yeah, it's interesting how they did that, but I think shotguns suck.
I don't like that semi-auto. It takes like 3 shots to kill someone.
I don't
And-
like them at all.
Yeah. I haven't got the 870
Well,
yet.
imagine that. You didn't like the shotguns in
I know.
BF3.
In
but you like
domination,
them
in
now.
domination. I know. Go figure that.
The 870 is actually not that bad. I was using that in domination, and it actually does all right in domination. I can't see it doing too well on a bigger map, but in domination, it holds its own.
I haven't even tried it yet.
Yeah, it's
I don't even think I have it unlocked.
Hell.
Yeah, I don't even think I have it unlocked.
Well,
It definitely
get
seemed like from chat, from that.
I
most
got less
people-
playtime than all you guys, and I got it.
I don't know if I have it.
Well, I think you can get it one of 2 ways to unlock it. Either do it through support, or you can do the underbarrel shotgun to
Yeah.
unlock it. And I haven't done either.
I'm going to be going with the underbarrel. That's way more fun.
Heck
Oh,
yeah.
you think I'm out of ammo?
I don't have it unlocked.
Yeah, I'm just not big in the shotguns in general. Like every once in a while, I get in the mood to use it, but I'm not specifically gonna grind enough in the beta to unlock it.
Yeah,
That
that's
was-
exactly it.
That was my main purpose in playing the beta. I wasn't really concerned about the map. I just wanted to try out all the guns. I was actually super that was another reason why I was disappointed, is because of the lack of what they give you access to. I was hoping for like the Battlefield 3 beta where they gave you everything. It's just a matter of can you get to it in time.
Yeah.
And in this one, they're like, no.
Let's talk about that for a minute. Do you think that's the legit experience? Like, that's the rate of progression? Can't be, right?
No, it's not.
I don't think so either.
Well, have you guys seen what happens at level 10?
No.
How many points it takes to get to level 11? Like some bajillion points.
Oh, well, yeah, no, I knew they turned off at 10.
So that's kind of a soft cap for the beta, pretty much.
I knew that. But yeah, I was shocked. I was like, holy smokes. But yeah, I mean, all right, so I'm glad I asked, because...
I seem to remember when I hit level, was it 5 or 6? There was some other thing going on that's like, you hit level 20 or something. Like some other notification popped up that made me think that was actually where you'd be at that point, so...
Wow. That seems a little high to me too, though. But
yeah, honestly, with how slow it's going, I mean, like I kind of figure they're doing it again just for the beta, as you guys were saying. Yeah. But I personally like the rate that it's at.
Yeah, but see, here's the problem: they got battle packs now, and that's the only way you can unlock things. So they got to get that right. Battlefield 3, I wouldn't have cared. Yeah,
but you know what they're going to do with those battle packs too? They're going to sell them too.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. So they got to make some money.
Well, it's in their interest, but people.
It's the stuff like the defibs, the medic kits, the support box, all that stuff you got to unlock. And if you have to play 10 hours to unlock the ammo box so you can resupply explosives, you're not a good support until you've put... That just seems terrible to me.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot more like BF3 as far as the speed of unlocking your basic stuff. By the time you get a service star, you should have all of the gadgets for that class. I do like also the beta, and I'm assuming the game proper, how you unlock guns is by using guns, for the most part.
The class of guns.
Like the class of guns. So if you're using, this specific type, you'll unlock more of them. I think that's a cool way to do it.
And there seems to be something called weapon packs to go with the battle packs that, like, the more you use one gun, you can get specific almost battle packs for that gun that unlock attachments for that gun. There's not really huge details, but I read something about that today, which I was like, okay, that makes battle packs a little easier to digest. So.
I guess. You played Day 2 Culprit, you know how annoying random unlocks are?
I do, and I hate it. And especially me, I'm like a one-optic guy. I want one optic on all my guns. I need that consistency. That's my crutch. That's how I get decent. So sitting there rolling, like, give me that coyote, give me that coyote. Here's another $100.
Because you want that one. If it was one that wasn't in a battle pack, you wouldn't care.
Yeah, there's one or two I could probably live with. I mean, I could live with them all, but yeah, as far as,
But if the coyote wasn't better than the red dot sight, it wouldn't be such a big deal.
But it clearly is. I mean, it may not be giving me much of an edge, but it's better. I'm more comfortable with it for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Like my stance on the battle pack is I say they should go ahead and make them as hard to obtain as possible. I understand some of the upgrades, like I think that some of the upgrades shouldn't really be tied to the battle packs, but like some of the attachments and stuff, I don't see any reason why that shouldn't be tied to the battle pack, because you look at other games from a financial standpoint, like prime example is Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. They made a couple $1 million on the game sales, and they tripled their sales just off of the sales of their little weapon packs for the multiplayer. Like, that's huge money.
Right. See, I would have no issue with it.
I bought none of them.
Yeah. If you took the optics out, I'd have no issue. Your camos, knives, dog tags, go nuts. Emblem things, I couldn't care less. But to me, and you might argue how little it affects it, but you can't tell me if I have some gun that's stuck with the really encumbered, red dot or a coyote, there's a difference there. I don't think there should be any difference there. So I know like some of the foregrips are just aesthetic. Like they all do the same stats. It's just the way they look, like with the potato one, or whatever. That's fine. Even there, like I might want that other foregrip, but I don't. I know that.
Put a battle pack with an actual potato that you jam on there for no good reason.
Yes,
but it's the sight, and it's stupid. I just think that's, and they know what they're doing with that sight. That's that's the cherry. That's the carrot in the stick. They know. I just think it's silly that way. But I mean, I know I'm going to grind this game, so it doesn't really bother me. I'm going to get there, and like you're saying, it's probably better off for me as a long-term player to make things hard to get.
Like even I know guys, and I could name names, but I'm not gonna because everyone here knows them, and I don't want to call them out and embarrass them. But there's some people that I know that totally will buy and pay money for anything in game just to get access at something that before you. Like, that's all they want. Is they want to get it before you, and they will pay money to get it before you.
I was gonna say, I spent tons of money.
That's the whole reason these exist.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the people who want to get something before the people that will pay money for it, and there's
Yeah.
plenty of those people out there.
I'm going to plead the fifth as the guy that's probably spent $200 on League of Legends. I don't think I can comment on this right now, but yeah, I don't know. I don't mind them. I don't mind the microtransactions. I really, because you know what, there might come a time like I think I did in Battlefield 3, the weapon unlocks. I bought that because I'm not a vehicle guy. I'm like, screw this for $4 or whatever it was. I'm not grinding because you couldn't in a plane if you didn't have it after the first week.
Yeah.
Everybody else had the stuff. You know, so I was like
Other than jets, I already had everything unlocked by the time that came out, so it didn't matter to me.
It's not
But
bad.
yeah, I am a vehicle guy, so
I have
If you're
10
not,
hours
why
in
not?
tanks, and I still don't have reactive armor.
Yeah.
And it's I look at a tank and I'm like, why would I even get in that? Like, somebody else should just take that. They have it.
so I'm a
I'm just gonna
weirdo
get
who
the
still
gun.
doesn't use reactive armor, even though I have it.
But I mean, yeah, I mean, I didn't really like how Battlefield 3 did the weapons. I don't know. I felt like I wanted them to change it up a little bit, but I'm not sure if this was the answer, to be honest with you. So I'm curious to see
It's
how the
hard to tell
weapon
till
packs.
till it comes out. It's hard to tell.
If I can
to
use
see how
one
it-
gun and just use it, learn it, master it, and get these weapon packs even if it's a service star or whatever, then at least I know I'm going to eventually unlock that gun. I'm okay with that. It's these random, oh wow, 3 XP boosts. Sweet.
You got a party hat.
We got to see that. I mean, are they going to change the way they factor score per minute, I hope? Because otherwise
Yeah,
that's a
'cause
useless
right
skill.
now, if you want to level up or get stuff, go play Domination. 'Cause it's like
yeah.
4 or 5 times faster than anything else, as far as I can tell. And
Right, or maybe TDM will be
Yeah.
right there with it, or you know, but
Maybe.
yeah, I mean, that's clearly. I mean, I think Domination's in there for the current gen consoles mostly, but yeah, I mean, I do it just to learn to get my gunplay down, but yeah, it doesn't hurt that I'll level up faster.
yeah, if I get it, I think the first thing I would do would go spend 4 or 5 hours in Domination just to unlock a whole bunch of stuff for all the
Probably
classes.
what I'll do.
Yeah.
Either that or TDM. Probably jump and rush or somewhere along the lines, but once I'm in kind of unlock mode, yeah, that's where I'll be. Puppy,
Yeah.
though, he did the friggin' Zeba Tower for.
Yeah.
Grinded the hell out of that.
Don't pretend like you didn't do it. So, yeah. I see this talking now. It makes me want to go back to Battlefield 3 and get the Colonel, but, you know, the shit bucket, but that ain't happening.
Wait. You haven't got it?
Dude, I'm Colonel 25 or something.
What?
I'm way down. I'm not even anywhere close. I'm
You know
not an
what?
achievement guy, but
You know
now
what?
I feel like I'm...
It's not the
Xbox.
achievements. I honestly, all right. You know what? I think you can get Colonel 100 if you just start aiming better.
We're throwing the gauntlet.
I would just revive that guy right next to me.
Yeah, just revive him.
Yeah, I'm Colonel
might die
24.
again, but, you know.
I'm about to think Colonel
Then you revive
25.
the guy. You just keep reviving
210
people.
hours on that account. So I probably have 350, 400 altogether. So not bad. God, it's kind of sad. But if you count the thousands of YouTube hours I have, Jesus Christ. All right, so let's talk about then. Let's move on. Because we're actually hitting everything. I'm trying to keep track here. Let's just get into, like I said, the most important topic for me was gunplay. That's all I really cared about. And Puppy, you kind of hinted at it, trying all the different guns and things, which I think they kind of shorted us on by not giving us all the accessories, attachments.
dude,
it's hard to
super
judge.
shorted us.
Yeah, so, but before we do that, I want to ask chat. Again, I'm trying to be interactive here. What's your favorite gun? I guess classic gun, and then what gun specifically? Just type that in the chat. Quick little poll as we talk. Yeah, for me, like, my thing was jumping in. I didn't care what game mode. I didn't care if the maps were just an open desert. Didn't matter to me. I just did the guns. Like, I love Battlefield 3 gunplay. I didn't want them to go. I don't want to say dislike Bad Company 2 or but I wanted them to stay in that area because you guys know my aim sucks, and the way I win battles is living. Like you shoot me, I get away, I turn on you. Like I'm not gonna out twitch you. I might get away, use cover, kill you. Which I have issues with the beta, obviously, but I like the gunplay. I think it's more challenging than Battlefield 3, but maybe it's not gonna be when we get all the attachments. What do you guys think?
I feel like you can go from sprinting to shooting faster. That's the one thing I really notice across everything. Maybe that's just me. Anybody else?
I kind of feel like it's a little bit quicker. Maybe it's just us the guys over on console.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I hadn't really thought about it.
I feel like it's a little bit quicker. It's not a whole lot quicker, but it's not like COD status, superhuman.
Oh, I don't.
30
but frames per second makes it hard to tell, but
yeah,
I'd put it in the same level of I'm better off sprinting around that corner than I am waiting for someone to come at me.
right. There's. It seems like right now there's less incentive to slow peak corners right now. Yeah, just because you can get it up in time. Well, you can get your gun up in time.
And a word from our sponsor, folks. We've been picked up.
My bad.
No, go ahead. That's how I make money. Actually, you know what? I'll tell you what I did notice. Like, grenades are, like, death traps now because you can't sprint as fast. You can't get away from... Like, if you're prone and a grenade's in your area, you're dead. And the splash damage is so freaking huge. But I think they'll change that. I think it's a little too much on that. But, like, if that grenade comes next to you, you might as well try to take someone with you because you're not going to get up off the ground and get the full sprint quick enough to get out. It's kind of crazy. But I like that mechanic.
It's not you can't run as fast. It's the acceleration isn't as fast.
Which
You're
I
not
do
getting
really
the top
like
speed
that.
right away, which I think is cool.
Right. Which
It has a neat feel to it, if nothing
That's right.
else.
I was going to try. I'm just going to switch that the dynamic view, chat. Let me know what you like better. We're going to test this out. Wow, you guys just switch right off the bat on me. I don't know what's going on there. So, yeah, we'll see what that does. But Puppy, you've been demoted. Oh, no, now you got the big screen. So, there you go. He's not going to stop talking.
I was going to say, I'm going to stay on the big screen here for a second. I feel like, okay, so the run thing, like, as it speeds up is like, I'll be honest, I didn't notice that. I didn't notice it at all, and I think that's mainly because I'm too fixated on how my character appears. Like, I don't know, I find myself... When he's running and stuff on the console, it just doesn't. It's not like BF3, where BF3
you would notice a lot more on PC.
It seemed like it was really like you really were getting your whole body into it, like the little avatar, was really rocking. Whereas on this, like it's just like his little guns rocking back and forth, and I don't know. It doesn't feel like the running is as heavy, and that tends to be what I focus on, and I can't help but kind of.
See, I would almost say the different on PC. I feel like it's which would make sense. I'm at 80, 90 frames. I feel it's more smooth, like mantling, so much more smooth. Jumping over things and things like that. And yeah, I think like I said, my first experience laying down a B flag on domination behind that little wall there, and I remember it. And somebody threw a grenade from the roof, of course, and I was like, I got this. Let me go. And nope, I wasn't even halfway away from that grenade. Like Battlefield 3 wouldn't. Who cares? No problem. I'm out of here. I was like, this is for me again. My whole game is focused around me getting away, and it's like this is gonna hurt me. this acceleration thing. If they kill the bunny hop, I'm quitting Battlefield because there's nothing I can do.
Have you not tried to bunny hop?
I can tell it works still.
Yeah.
Really?
I do it a bit like as a instinct. I'm jumping all like
for me. It'll work a few times, but like I noticed if you do it too much, like if you're trying to run a long distance, your guy he just straight up like. Nah.
Well, I think supposedly it is supposed to slow you down, or at least it's not like Battlefield. You go faster clearly, which was one of the worst things I've ever seen. But it's like skipping to the flag.
No, it definitely speeds you up, like jumping down stairs and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, do you think
part of me is just used to it when I'm playing a first-person shooter
like,
now.
It's 2 years from now. You think we're gonna watch a Battlefield 3 video where the guys like break out and they're like skipping, and we're just gonna like, what the hell were we doing?
And like I said, you just get used to it after a while, just jamming that space bar as you're going.
Yeah, I do it now. I do it in Battlefield 4.
I do it playing other games. I went just this past weekend. I was
Don't say it. Don't say it.
No, I was playing Red Faction with my brother. And I was still doing the jump thing. I was still doing the jump thing while I was playing, and that's like PS2 game for those that don't know, or PS1. Sorry, but I was totally.
No, I'm bad. I'm a bunny hop whore. Not a dolphin diver, but I'm a bunny hop guy. It works. What do you say? I'm not gonna apologize for it. I also carry an M16. Hate me. So.
I gotta say, I really like the movement in this one with the cover system. Not necessarily using it, but when you're running by stuff, all the little arm movements and things you go when you're brushing by corners looks really, really cool. I like it.
Yeah, I'm jury's out on that for me. I like it. I like the try. It gets annoying when you're in a gunfight and clicking in and out. You're just kind of like.
Well, I think using the cover system on a corner is easier than using it straight up on your crouch behind cover popping up. That doesn't work for me as much as going in the corner because you can actually see on that one if it's actually queued up to work well because you've got kind of the angled look. Whereas if you're behind cover, it's harder to tell when you're doing the whole like just pop up straight over the top. That is a little harder to figure out for me at least so far.
Now, does anybody? I mean, I don't. Maybe you guys can or chat can tell me when you roll like let's say you're stationary and you're going to peek. You normally peek a corner, but and now you roll out. I mean, I feel like the corner is now over here. Like I'm hanging out. What's up? I'm like way out there. But like to the enemy, am I just a head peek? Like how does that? Is there a difference there, or am I literally like totally exposed? I haven't checked this yet, but I will definitely get on an empty server and try this.
You're leaning out and waving.
Knows. Yeah, it's like
hi guys.
It's like I'm yeah, I feel like I'm like totally out around the corner, and I mean you all know you get killed like that, so it's
is the peeking on the PC feel natural at all?
Not yet to me. It honestly doesn't.
I think it's more of we're not used to it necessarily.
I think it's definitely.
Well, at least a part of it is that.
I was having a hard time with it on console because like I'm used to facing a corner at a certain angle. And I was finding that to get it to work more reliably, you actually, like, say, like, the corners, try and illustrate as best I can, the corners right here, I'd kind of be, like, over here looking at it, like, that's my comfort zone. But, like, in order to do, when I'm ADSing, but in order to do the peak, I had to be, like, over here in order to ADS, and I was finding that really awkward.
Yeah, and then like sometimes you get to a point where then it goes out of the cover.
Yeah,
like that's what
out.
Yeah, like they got to figure some way, or just put on a hotkey, like some guys have said. I don't know if I like intuitive, but it just doesn't really work fully. Like I said, maybe Polly's right. Maybe we're just getting used to it. I guess.
I thought it was a lot of like I use left thumbstick to a little bit to help my aim, and that'll unstick you from it real fast, and so I couldn't stay stuck to any lean mechanics or cover things.
I like the vertical one where you roll over the barriers. That's more consistent. I mean, obviously people are going to bitch and complain head glitch and whatever, but head glitch is just part of FPS. You got to get over it.
It's not a glitch.
Yeah, I know. You're right. I hate that word, but
it's
that
peaking.
I love. I like that. Again, I got to see how much it exposes you, but I mean, I'm just thinking through my engagements. I feel like everybody's got like a sliver ahead and I can't hit it, but the corner one just makes me like I just feel like I'm so vulnerable when I'm sitting there. But rolling corners, like when you think you're gonna roll, like you're not just stationary, you're not peeking where you normally peek, where you're actually moving to try and roll. I like that because you can kind of clear the corner a lot easier. But my problem is then you get in that gunfight and you accidentally hit that barrier, and now your gun is like you're just all over the place, and it's like
I think that's more of a problem in domination, which is why you're not experienced with it versus conquest. And if you're trying to use that, you're approaching a place and you're being a bit more methodical about it, and you have time to think about it.
Well, yeah,
so
you have to
it's a little easier
spawning on your back, and
Well, they changed up the actual controls for us over on console anyway, which has had me all messed up. I mean, like I guess it's because to help with the counter knife that they have that they've thrown in there and everything now.
I don't like this.
Instead, before like it was you click in your right stick and that's crouch, or you hold it and you're prone. And now that's your knife button, and I can't tell you how many times I was a habitual in Battlefield 3. It was habitually, fire a few shots and then click that stick to duck and then reload. And now it's like fire a few shots and then swipe my knife like
you need to change the controls back over to veteran. It's mostly the same, but not.
Did they add a veteran for the actual? Player controls? Because I saw veteran for the helicopter and the tank, but I didn't see anything.
No, it's player controls. The only thing that they've messed with is spot is now the right bumper.
It unlocks at the 7th hour, puppy. Level 2, you get that.
Okay. I got another hour to go.
Which is, I would argue that veteran controls are an improvement from Battlefield 3.
So are they? Okay.
You guys are talking about controls.
Well, I'm telling you, man.
It's a big deal.
It pisses me off. Because
honestly,
because
we can't bind anything, so you guys are better off.
Oh wow!
Well, I'm just saying, like, I feel like if it's a series, though, like the Battlefield series, the Call of Duty series, whatever series it is, they shouldn't mess with the daggum controls between games.
Well, or like times they should give you the classic ones. They should give you the classic ones you can always revert to. But yeah, you want to make new ones, fine. But give me the old ones too. I agree.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, PC's a mess. I mean, some people don't have the problems, but I can't bind anything. Like, I'm lost. I'm actually using a number. Like, I have everything on my mouse. That's part of the reason I'm not doing so hot, but yeah, it's all right. I'm not worried. I mean, I'm not gonna get mad about it. It's beta. It's fine. As long as it's there on release, I'll be okay.
Yeah, I want the control that's missing, because speaking of controls aren't there, they don't have the crouch prone on the single key anymore.
I never used that.
From console,
yeah,
that's what I was used to, because you have that function all on one button. So that's what I would use. My control key would just be, if I tapped it, I would crouch. If I held it, I would go prone. So that's kind of what I like using. It ain't there, so I'm big.
Yeah, which is weird.
Which most just straight up PC people don't use that. So it's kind of
I almost feel like they should give you that and not the other. Like, if they were trying to cut like diving and things like that, that would only give you that. That would give I don't know. It's weird, but yeah, I never noticed that. I think somebody else said that too, but. Yeah, I mean, bindings it's not that big a deal. I hope they get it.
The bindings will totally be fixed. That. Come on. Come on.
I would hope. That's what I mean. I wasn't upset by it, but I was just like, I mean, I can't do my mouse wheel. I can't. So I'm like the worst. Even when I have everything unlocked for the support or medic kit, I'm the worst support medic out there because I'm just like,
You have to lay it all out on the ground. Okay, where is it? Which one do I want to use? Oh, there it is.
Oh, man. Like, now that here you need ammo. Here's a starburst right in your face, or your airburst. Whatever.
Well, people can put things on the different sides, like
that's what I was gonna say.
That's what I was gonna say. You pick up a kit, you don't know what they have or what button it's on.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
you have to look. I mean, I think it's on the little diagram, but when everything's going on, you forget about that stuff.
Right. I hadn't even thought about that.
Same on PC. It's like funny, Battlefield 3 for no matter what platform, that was standard, and now it's not. You can customize it, which, picking up kits makes it kind of crazy if they have it backwards.
I totally make it backwards just to mess with people. Go ahead, pick up my kit.
It's defibs in every slot. Primary, secondary, gadget.
You pull out the primary. What? It's defibs.
He reloads and chucks
the same channel.
He reloads the battery. That would be awesome. Oh my god, how sweet would that be? So, let's get back to gunplay, though.
You can throw defibs like a grenade.
Oh god, like a bola. You trip people with it. But
I would say the gunplay, I think, feels a lot of people have made this comparison, and I think it's very accurate. As far as like the damage model and everything, it's very more akin to the Bad Company 2.
I was gonna go a different way with that, but
were you?
I was going Medal of Honor Warfighter. That's what I feel.
Well, I think you know what?
So. I mean, it's apples and oranges, but yeah.
I think the reason why a lot of people are making the Medal of Honor comparison, the Medal of Honor Warfighter comparison, is because I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird because I'm blind and I notice a lot of audio. Like that's like the number one thing that I notice. But actual hits, like when your player's being shot, the hits are the exact same sound as Medal of Honor Warfighter. The exact same sound.
Yeah, it's like
yeah. So it's the exact same sound, and I think that might be part of why it feels that way. But I mean, yeah, I guess. Well, yeah, they kind of share the same.
It almost feels to me like every gun from Battlefield 3 has a silencer. You know that it's a little thinner. It's like a little softer firing, but
yeah.
But it's weird though because at the same time when the bullets hit, I feel like there's a better thud. There's a physicality to it. It's weird. I can't explain it. And I think it was Aardvark talking to me about the hit notifications. Now there's no soft hit, and when he said it, it dawned on me that that's true too. Like Battlefield, you get the little, almost the shimmer of a hit marker, where you didn't get you got like the arm, and I think that's because they don't have the other hit boxes in yet. There's a chest and there's a head, or there's a body in the head, which they'll add.
Who knows? We're not even have all the audio in yet, because there's missing audio elsewhere, so they might have other stuff in there too. Who knows?
Yeah.
Oh, don't even get me started on the audio. Well, I'm started.
It's like, don't get me started. It's like, well, what is the next thing?
The audio.
Time out one quick. Chat, tell me right now, do you like this dynamic view with Big Puppy? Or do you like the traditional view where it stays static? Let me know. So we aim to please. So I know which one Puppy likes.
Yes. The audio for Battlefield 4, I don't... Like, I've heard people say that they like it on PC, and I don't know, like, you can't tell on YouTube, and I don't have a PC in front of me to really compare. I've heard, some of you PC guys saying, oh, the audio's pretty good. I absolutely despise it. It sounds so staccato,
I agree
so
with you. I actually agree with you.
it just
Tin can.
yeah, it sounds terrible, and it's not just the guns, it's everything. Everything in the game. Your footsteps, the car driving down the road, everything just sounds so very like it's all just sound recorded in a little tiny room.
And it's like everything you hear when somebody first plays the game, or
Maybe it's
YouTubers.
you. You need to
that
get your
did it.
headset fixed.
No, I kind of agree. Like,
Does it
because-
matter what your sound settings are on? I don't know.
Well, that might be
I don't
because
know.
I play
It
hi-fi. I
sounds
think.
great. Like, other than a few sounds missing, I think Battlefield 4 sounds so much better than Battlefield 3, which was amazing already.
See, I'm not an audio guy. I should say that first off. Definitely not an audiophile. But like everybody that did the game was like, "Oh my god, the audio is insane."
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I'm not. I don't notice anything. But I'm not an audio guy, so I don't get impressed by that often. But I kind of got my hopes up. I was like, okay.
Yeah, the audio for Battlefield 3 has been the best thing I think I've ever heard as far as a first-person shooter goes, and I was kind of expecting the same level. I mean, I'm not saying that it's like terrible. I maybe I did say it's terrible. I don't know. I'm 3 beers deep, and I'm a 2 beer push. So.
Your audio is terrible, sir.
Yeah. No, I feel like it's just like I was expecting the Battlefield 3 quality. And in the beta, at least, I didn't get it.
Go back and watch Battlefield 3 beta videos.
Well, that's
sound is a lot cheaper sounding in there than the full release was. At least
it was probably muffled because you were under the map.
It doesn't sound the same.
It was probably harder to hear things. You're under the map.
That's what it was.
Yeah, you go underwater, you don't hear so good, you know.
But yeah, like if you go back and watch some Battlefield 3 beta footage, it just sounds different. It's like there's stuff missing, the kind of treatment for the environments, it has a different sound. It's not completely way different.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised too if like
playing a bunch of hours of the full game, going back to listen to that, you're like, oh, okay, it does sound different. It just has a little feel that's a little
But I wouldn't be surprised if like one setting is kind of like almost 95% done, like say the war tapes or whatever, and then the other ones are kind of like 50%. You're like, I wouldn't be surprised if you played around, you might get a better effect, but I don't know what I'm playing on. I don't remember. I want to say hi-fi. That's what I play in Battlefield 3, but I don't know. I mean, I don't dislike it. It's not an issue for me, but
Puppy, I'll say this: I do trying to just cruise through the audio files and edit out clips for games. It's more obvious where the gunshots are, and a strange comparison, but it's like moving from Modern Warfare 2 to Black Ops. And
see,
I did not enjoy the Black Ops audio.
That's what I felt like.
I know,
it was a lot
it's
more
my
like
frame of reference.
that was cool. I almost did it like 3 times so far too.
Yeah, I felt like it was a lot more like Black Ops, and like I didn't like the audio of Black Ops. It was a great game. That was probably my favorite Call of Duty, for the record. But the audio was a little rough, and yeah, I agree. It's I don't know. I'd put Black Ops a couple notches above what Battlefield 4 beta is right now. It's just I really, really despise it. And you know what makes me sad about it too is I was watching somebody's video where they had some of the what is the island map? It fails me now.
Paracel Storm.
Yes, Paracel Storm.
I'm listening.
And they were in a scout chopper, and as they were in the scout chopper flying around, the gun sound sounded like you know when you're getting shot at, and it sounded like realistic. You know, it almost sounded like Arma quality of getting shot at. And like when I saw that video, this was before the beta, I was like, yes, that is awesome. And then it showed up, and I don't get that. Like I haven't heard that sound yet, and maybe it's coming because again, it's just a beta. But
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if those guys are playing a later build. Frankly,
we do have a lot less data too. Like the size of the beta, if you look at it, at least PC wise, is like well under what recommended or what the install is going to be. So I'm assuming it's just there's less stuff all around in there, including audio.
I think so.
Some stuff.
So yeah, I mean, I would agree.
I mean, there's one map and all that, so that certainly cuts down.
Yeah, I'm bummed. I think instead of I'm happy that they threw obliteration in there, but I would have rather them throw in another map, even if it's a tiny little map or something. Just because we don't for maps again, we don't have any frame of reference. Like, is this a big map? Is this a medium map? We're pretty clear it's not a small map, but where does Shanghai fall on the spectrum? Because I mean, Paracel Storm seems kind of similar, not in landmass maybe, but in size.
In playable area, yeah.
Yeah, so like I want to have that gauge of like, all right, is this an Op Firestorm or is this like a Sen Cross? Like, where are we here? So That's what I'm most nervous at this point, is the map design and things like this. But one thing I'll say is they've added more game modes, which I think will kind of, like if some map doesn't work for something, it will work for something else.
Something.
So,
Hopefully.
Depends on what they...
I
And
want
they
to see.
did balance Shanghai for domination and conquest very clearly. I'm not sure if there is so much difference between conquest and obliteration, though. 'Cause I haven't played quite enough of it.
Right.
But
It's kind of
yeah,
like the
so
conquest
what have they done
area
to
of
balance
the map
things?
with 3 bomb sites, basically. And then kind of the middle area is sort of where the tower is, where the bomb shows up. They haven't really... Size-wise, it's about the same.
I think they focus, obviously, because you have, what is it, 5 flag conquest, 3 flag conquest. So I think it's clear they did C flag and they designed out, because, so I think... But one thing, Tommy, I think this is what you were talking about, is that I do really like, and I'm very encouraged by, you go into domination, it's very clearly they've added things to that domination map that are not on the conquest map. So they've clearly taken the time to be like, all right, this is a domination mode. We need to add a couple different things. Because we all know, TDM, they literally cookie cuttered out of a map. Boom, go have fun. Sandbox, which sounds great, but we know it didn't really work. So I really hope they go with that level of detail and, kind of go, all right, so now let's kind of tweak this a little better for a smaller game mode, or get into diffuse where, hiding spots and routes are so important. Let's hope they continue to do that level of detail. I'm very encouraged by that.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have those 2 extra ladders, because I just ran into the bottom
so
of
important.
obliteration, like on the Chinese side, and you're like, well, how many ways are up to the roof? There's just 1 or there 2 or 3. But it didn't matter when I played, but I could see occasions when it would.
Well, the difference is that, on domination, if you don't have that 3rd ladder, the one over on the 1 ladder is covered by 1 guy. The ladder and the elevator covered by 1 guy. Yep. In Conquest, you have guys, parachuting in. They can get on that little secondary level. There's other ways, but domination, 1 guy can hold that entire roof. Just laying prone there. I mean, it's still not great, but only 2.
Full game will be a little different because you'll have the radio beacons again, so you could parachute onto it if you wanted to.
Assuming they allow it.
True, but on bigger maps like that...
Yeah, I'm just talking domination, but...
Yeah. Well, domination, I don't know.
Because everybody says the same thing, domination, mortars. I'm like, they might not either allow mortars, or the map might not be big enough for mortars. So remember, they switched it up in Battlefield 3, so I'm not, taking that as a cure-all, but... Again, I don't get that upset about the roof on domination.
I do like that 3rd ladder, at least to start. A lot of people didn't know that one, and it has more cover because of the air conditioners.
Yeah.
So I would always take that up to the roof.
I always thought people were camping over there. I didn't realize until several matches in.
Yeah.
But you're going to get stuff like suppressors that no one has any right now.
Yeah.
That's going to change things up a lot.
Good point. Yep. Yeah. If you get the right battle pack.
I always get the right battle pack. Not your problem.
Ask Clappy. He's probably already bought it. I'm giving him a hard time. So let's talk to another kind of weird topic. The battle pickups. What do we think about that? I mean, I don't think they affect games like Conquest and things as much, but let me tell you, domination, I hate them. I just get them out of there on domination. I'm tired of the USAS right away, bam, in your face. The M80, the 50 cal. It's like, I don't mind the 50 cal because it's clearly placed on domination to combat the a-holes on the roof. So I don't have a problem with that. But the USAS is kind of annoying. But I don't see. To me, I don't see a need for it. Why did we have to do this?
Bringing it back to the Halo or Arena game.
Yeah.
Games.
It's not good. It's not bad, at least for me, because I've picked up each one once or twice and tried it. And they're cool. Maybe if it's the right situation, I'll grab one. But most often, I'm just going to stick with my regular.
My thing is if you want to, if you really want these things in the game, let the commander drop them. You have it just don't put it there where guys are gonna just beeline or make it wait 5 minutes before they spawn. Don't have them there right. It's and have them spawn once or I don't know or.
Maybe they're still working on that. Who knows? Because
so.
Other than the big kind of game shows where events like E3 where they had stuff out, this is the first time that tons of people are playing it. And those shows, people are just kind of goofing around a lot, trying to figure things out anyway.
Well, yeah,
somewhat to the same part in beta, but there's a bit more of figuring out going on. So maybe they're looking at that too. Who knows?
Yeah.
People aren't picking up the 50 cal as far as I can tell. I don't see it. It's always just sitting there.
It's pretty bad when I pick it up.
You know what? I don't know. I kind of like the arena idea of the whole pickup weapons.
Yeah.
Especially the USAS, because that's damn fun.
That's
you know,
such the best joke ever.
You know what it is? Yes, it's
great.
it's a nice joke because it is exactly the same power as it was before Battlefield 3 patch. And, you know, now it's
Like,
just
why does it come
weapon.
stock with that? Like,
Because it's a joke.
It's a big middle finger.
It's just
totally
a big troll joke.
Troll.
It's like
It's
they're,
exactly
they're
what it
them
is.
throwing dinosaurs in the map everywhere. It's just them going ha ha.
Oh, it's the suppression on it after, you know, you get used to the low suppression weapons, and then you just fire that thing and people are like, what the hell is going on? Yeah.
It's not. It's
That's
like you
what
have
it
the
did.
bends. It's like yeah, right. You have post-traumatic flashbacks. That's why like we had gotten.
You know what it is? I think the reason I don't mind it so much, and again, I don't know. Like, okay, when you guys play Domination, how many players do you get on
32.
PC?
It's 16
32?
16, yeah. But they said
Okay.
I don't know why because they didn't say that. They said it was. Was it? They said less. Was it 20? That they said.
Yeah, I think it was
remember.
20 that they said they designed it around. all
Yeah,
that
and then all of a
whole
sudden we have it
hardcore
for
came out.
32. So
Maybe it's because you guys have a different player count, but I will say with the Xbox player count, it like you don't run into the USAS a lot. I think like in my entire
but when you do, you know it.
my massive amount of time playing
Suppression.
Battlefield
The bulldozer
4,
comes through.
my huge amount of time playing Battlefield 4, I have run into the USAS once, and
Oh, come on.
like the
I
rest.
tried picking it up once and got shot from the rooftop.
At least it's in a decent spot. Yeah, that'd be tough, but yeah.
I like how they put it in the kind of in the middle of the map too.
Yeah.
Though like, that's kind of like I don't know. I feel like if there's an area where it's going to be kind of dangerous to pick something up.
Right.
Now in Conquest, it's not really the case. You know, with the 50 cal and
Is
everything.
it in
on
the
top
same
of the map.
spot? No.
Well, the USAS isn't in the Conquest map that we get. It's
No.
it's the 50 cal and the some sort of rocket.
Yeah, I wish-
launcher? Yeah.
like I
yeah,
know that
It's
I
like
know
a vehicle rocket launcher guided
Paracel, they give you the 50 cal at the top of the tower. It's like, could we just put it somewhere else and make the guy work to go get it, then go to the ultimate sniping nest? Like, do we have to just put that there for, you know, it's like,
I agree.
you know, at least, like you said, let him go into danger. Let him go near an objective
Yeah.
at least, maybe sniff one out, and then...
I feel they should have to risk their life in order to obtain one of those.
Right, don't let him, he's going to go up there with the M40 and be like, great sniper rifle. Oh, one-hit kill sniper rifle. Sweet,
Yeah.
I'll take that. You know, it's again. I do have to say though, when I'm in game, they don't really bother me that much. But it's these are things that like indicate their philosophy that I kind of worry about. I'm just like, here we go. Like, what's next? Like a rotating RoboCop Gatling gun? Like,
I think, like, if you with a lot of Arena or Halo or stuff with power weapons spawning on the map, you think, oh, I want to control that area. And here it's like, yeah, whatever, because that 50 cal spawns right next to a spawn point. The USAS is right next to that flag, and the MG25, I think it is, the grenade launcher, is way off in a corner that no one ever goes
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah, I
no
didn't even know where
cares.
that one was until someone like was over there and shooting me. I'm like, what is he doing over there? And then I finally figured it out. Why not put him on the objective? Like, you flip the objective, now it spawns. Like, I don't know, like, tie it in somehow. Like I said, the one thing I do like is that the 50 cal on, what is that, A flag, it's clearly there to combat the guys on the roof. That, if you did it that way, which maybe you can make an argument that USAS is there for that, but I think it could be done better. But, you know,
I think back to the big, powerful rocket launcher on the top of the skyscraper, though.
yeah.
Like, that's so you don't get destroyed by a helicopter flying around. Okay, that makes sense.
Right. Yeah, okay.
But, you know, okay, that's your incentive to control that, but what's past that? I don't...
Yeah, like I said, I would just rather they didn't have them at all, you know. But if they're going to do it, just do it a little smartly, which, again, we don't have another map to gauge. We're kind of like stabbing in the dark here. We have one map. We can draw any route or tangent we want, but...
Well, it's a little harder on Domination with such a small place
Yeah.
to put them. You can kind of complain about it no matter where they are.
That's true, I guess.
Conquest, I think it's pretty smart that they're both on top of the roof for what they are, because you're kind of there to help control the bridge a little bit with the vehicle. I forget what the launcher's called, but it's like a lock-on vehicle launcher that does a lot of damage. And then you got the sniper rifle up there that you can also kind of snipe around whichever flag you want. but there's always a fight up at that C flag to get it, and you have to go up to an objective to get those. So I think the placement there is at least decent. Now the rubble, like, I can hardly even find the grenade
what
launcher
happened?
that's there.
Yeah, tell me this, because I got killed so many times the other night trying to get. You see them through the rubble, but they're not accessible. Is that what it is?
Well, there's one that's I think it's a glitch. It's not supposed to be there. And then there's the grenade launcher that is supposed to be there.
Because I was like trying to pick one up, and I'm like looking in the rubble, and then I would get shot in the back every time. I mean, me being like, "Oh, shiny things," you know.
My guess was someone were still up in the sky, but I don't know.
Oh, really? Well, I saw a video. You guys are probably. It was somebody's video. Was it Level Cap or X Factor? They went up in the elevator, but the elevator wasn't there.
Yeah,
they hit the button and they went up and they shot off.
Oh, I saw.
But yeah, if you sit there long enough and trigger to launch you in the air, it's pretty funny.
I would leave it. That's cool, you know. But all right,
I
so
have a link I will post in the chat in case
not a bug,
anybody
it's
has
a
missed
feature.
that. That's hilarious.
Hell yeah, it is.
Oh, and the anti-air jet ski shenanigans are pretty funny.
yeah, I did see that.
Where they
I did see
C4
that.
jet skis and do some weird launching thing. Oh, another thing. I still haven't figured out how, but the attack boat, I've seen a couple times where the spawn for it gets moved to the street.
Yeah, I've seen them on rooftops. I've seen them.
Like, it's been on the rooftop with the flag, it's been on the street
I've
by the
seen-
flag, it's
I mean,
been
I've-
all the way over by one of the flags. That's
Yeah, I haven't seen it
between
myself
buildings.
in game.
Like,
I've seen like pictures.
Kind of at an
videos
angle up against the building, we would blow it up, and then it would immediately like pop back up right there. It was really goofy.
It's almost like a commander drop or something, but
Well, almost, except it wasn't spawning in the water anymore. It was showing back up outside. It was really weird.
And we're shocked by this, right?
It's just
You know what? It was there on purpose, man. You had a commander. You
Oh.
didn't know it. His name was Noah,
it was.
and he's just prepping.
It was a
That's all.
hologram. It was
we
all
totally
deception.
jumped in it. We're shooting people out of that boat. Don't get me wrong. Take advantage while it's there.
So let's we're kind of not necessarily wrapping it up, but let's kind of wrap the whole conversation a little bit. Do you see Battlefield 4 as a game, and we all have varying levels of play, that you're going to put as much time in as Battlefield 3? I know it's hard to kind of tell, but
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Definitely for me. I mean, I
Time?
put it.
Time?
I'm trying to think of how many hours I put in on BF3, but I'm sure
Yeah,
I
I
would
mean,
play
roughly,
at least
yeah.
that much.
Like a primary game, your focus game for the next,
Oh,
at
yeah.
least, let's say, year.
Go ahead, Time.
I don't know. I'm looking at this like, do I want it COD? Do I want Battlefield? Do I care at all anymore? I don't know. It's certainly not going to sell me on making sure I get a new system or upgrade my computer
That's true. You
as
have
soon
that
as
added.
possible. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not good enough to do that.
Computer.
Yeah, we'll see. But
Take the blue pill, Neo.
you know, if all my friends are like, yeah, we're gonna start playing Battlefield on the 360, I'd be like, all right, fine, let's do it.
Yeah, grit my teeth, do it, because that's why you
Whatever.
play games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I don't know what I'm gonna do. We'll see.
Mr. Puppy.
I
Well, what do you have? Like
you know what,
8,000 hours. And
yeah, I know with all my hours.
now I'm thinking back to the conversation we had a couple days ago, so I'm very curious about this.
You know what it is I'm going to completely skip it on current gen consoles. It is terrible. If I had the money for a PC, I would make the Switch in a heartbeat. You know, it'd be just, yes, I'm there. I'm going to have to wait on next gen console. At this point, you know, after playing the beta on my console on the 360, no, I'm not getting it just then. However, in overall gameplay time, I think by the time that the Battlefield 4 life cycle is over, I will probably have just as much gameplay under my belt or game time under my belt on Battlefield 4.
Well, it could be a while
I really
before we see
believe-
another Battlefield installment, you know, because they're talking about Bad Company, they're talking about all these others. So, I mean, who knows?
2143.
That's another podcast. That's another
Yeah.
podcast. But yeah,
All right.
so your limitations are
Maybe
not
that's
so
what
much.
they'll do. They'll
not-
combine it and it'll be like the Bad Company guys go to 2143. Bad Company in space. Just make everyone happy.
Everybody meets back in the Jurassic area and fights dinos. That's what it's going to be.
Dinosaurs in the future. Yes.
So
that works.
your limitations, Puppy, are not so much the game; it's the system. It's kind of a platform.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
But you see enough good there, or at least you see it on YouTube.
You know what it is? Like I watch gameplays, like I'll watch your gameplay or I'll watch somebody else's gameplay of it that has a PC, and I'm like, yes, this is the game I want to play. And then I'll go and turn it on my Xbox, and I'm like, this is not the same game.
Yeah.
This is terrible. So yeah,
I don't know about. I mean, I think it's better for you guys on PC with higher player turnover. But I have a terrible time playing with friends. I mean, part of it's due to the system crashing
that's
all
one
the
of the things,
time.
yeah.
But we're still half an hour in, and we're still trying to get people in the same squad. It's just like whatever.
See, I got to give kudos to them on this. This is something. It's probably the biggest upgrade I've seen on PC. It is so easy now. Like I was with Tom, I think we were talking about it, right? Like I mean, I have a bit of a skewed view on the game because I have not played alone. I probably haven't played less than a 4-man squad. And like I said, you know, like it used to be join on me all the time. People always join on me, and not to say, but it was always like people would end up against me, and it was like I was getting killed by the same 5 freaking guys every day. But now it's like they're all on my team, and it's so nice. It's like, and even me, like you're saying, the crashes super frustrating, but it's not when I can just click an arrow next to his name, and I immediately not only join the game he's in, but I drop right back into my old spot in his squad. Yeah, like to me, I gotta give him kudos on that. It is
the one
so
weird
much
thing
better.
they need to fix is when the squad is full and it's trying to auto-balance you to play with whoever you've clicked on and joined them, and it can't, and so you're stuck outside of a squad. You can't join another one. You're just stuck there until either you quit or
you're
whoever you're trying to join
now.
with, a spot opens up, and then it will switch you automatically. It's just right now. It doesn't know what to do. It freaks out.
It's trying.
Yeah. Hey, that's better than what it used to do. So,
You
hey,
used to
awesome.
switch over to the other team for about 4 seconds, and then it would kick you back over.
Like
It
there
is
are all
nice.
sorts of
I
things.
like
Like if you've got one person who 2 of you joined in on, it won't pull that one person over to join the 2 of you. If it's between games, it won't try to auto balance. It will still let people join, but it will put you with your guy, and just all sorts of things.
See, I worry what happens on PC is when we get the third-party scripts on servers that, you know, they're not going to play nice together, so we could end up in a whole mess down the road. But I honestly, right now, of all the things I could, like, kudos them on, the whole joining on people is so much easier. And, like, that's not even, like, I'm not even making squads in Battlelog, which, you know, if you're not familiar, you used to have to, like, if you made a squad in Battlelog, it made you more likely to stick together on the servers. It seemed. We don't even know. And, I mean, then there's, like, in-squad VoIP, which I haven't even tried yet. You know, it's like...
I've used it a few times. It's good.
I'm in, like, TeamSpeak, and someone's talking to me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it's alien. Like, and I feel bad, because there's guys, like, that I know that are in there, and, you know, they're just kind of come over. I don't want to say names. There's one guy I'm thinking about in particular. You know, want to play with, mean to play with. He's just kind of a little new with PC. He doesn't want to get on TeamSpeak. It's intimidating. I mean, it is. When he's in there and he's in the squad, and I'm in the teams, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do. So, but it's nice that option's there, especially for PC, that it was just never really there. So that part, I got to give them credit. They have absolutely.
Okay.
One thing
That's good to hear.
The fact that they don't have platoons is it just drives me
that's weird.
fucking nuts. I can't tell you. Oh, we weren't happy with Battlefield 3's platoons, so we might have it in 2014. Did this sneak up on you?
Well, I don't know. If there's one thing that's going to fall by the wayside and they had too many things to do, that's technically not an in-game thing. So yes, it's annoying, but it's not as annoying as like, oh, this map is unfinished, or something.
Yeah, but I mean, we're talking. I mean, but think about it. Like, I'm going to get
even
cheese
if they
ball.
kept the old system and then upgraded.
That's
it
exactly
where
where I was going to go.
That would
Why
be
not?
better.
Okay, so let me use the old system that nobody liked.
I highly doubt that it's that
liked
much
it.
different that they couldn't have done that, but who knows?
Yeah, or just let me have a platoon clan tag page that I can direct people to a forum, or I mean, it's important to me. Like, some of the best things I have going for me into Battlefield 4 are the people I met in Battlefield 3, and we're lucky that we have a separate forum and Skype and all this stuff, but not a lot of people necessarily do, and it's the random guys that, like, see us, and I mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be, like, arrogant, but, like, you throw commander mode in there, 5-man squads, easier squatting, we're gonna kick ass, like, and people are gonna see that and be like, who are these guys? And there's gonna be no way for them to find us now, and it's kind of annoying, because we always, I don't know, I always want to find new people, but it's not a big deal. But it's like this philosophical thing that I'm just kind of like, you couldn't do better than that. Like, you didn't think platoons were a wanted thing.
What do you mean it's not a big deal? I think it is a big deal. I mean, you look at every modern game out there, and every modern game that's come out in recent time, not just first-person shooters, but any multiplayer game that's kind of team-based, they all have like this kind of like
At the least.
like you can kind of form together with a large group. You know, they call it whatever. They'll call it a crew,
Yeah,
or they'll call
right.
it a platoon, or they'll
Clan,
call it a
too,
clan, or whatever. But it's
Guild.
always the same thing, you know. And that's like essential and core to every modern multiplayer game at this point.
Well, yeah, it's a squad-based, team-based game, is it not? And like Battlefield 3, they made it so hard for you to play together. And now this one,
Yeah.
it's like making you so hard to group up into communities. It's that to me, I was just facepalmed. I was like, what?
So let me ask: do you think defuse is going to work better than squad rush?
Don't get me
I think
started.
that's the big test.
No.
I don't.
Nope.
Okay, that's what
Yeah, I doubt it, and I don't know. I'm not a big Squad Rush one, but I would rather play Squad Rush than my idea of what I think this new mode will be, since, we haven't played it yet. But I think the reason that they're keeping Squad Rush out is because if they had kept it in there, no one would want to play Diffuse.
See,
Or they wouldn't have offered. They're kind of trying to push
I
it.
think
Whether
you're
that's
right.
wrong-headed or not, I think that's kind of their thinking.
but it's not 100. They're wrong. I think you're right on their opinion, but I think their opinion
Yeah, I'm
is
not
wrong.
saying that's necessarily a
Yeah.
right opinion. I'm just saying I think that's where they're coming from.
I'm pissed about this. This pisses me off. to be honest.
I am super upset about it.
I could have told you. I would have argued with you that the best
pissed
mode
for
in
you
Battlefield 3 is Squad Rush. Like it's not. I understand it doesn't make him money. Oh, puppy! Apparently he's very upset about this. The best. I think some of my best Battlefield moments. Another sponsor I could have here. So far, I got 2 good sponsors going. We're Squad Rush, and Squad Rush brings you so many classic Battlefield moments. It's a smaller scale, clearly, but it's squad based. It's
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Now-
As far as intense infantry-based moments,
yeah.
yes.
Like
Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah, well that's true. Yeah.
You don't get any of the vehicles in there, but
Yeah.
that's not what the mode
I'm
is
not
for.
against Diffuse. I love the fact they were throwing that in. It's not a game mode I
Yeah.
personally care for in any other game, but I welcome all the different modes, but
Have
not
both.
at the expense of the ones I already love.
You know, like, I don't know. I feel like Diffuse, like, the direction they're taking with it is just a little bit chasing too much after Call of Duty, and I feel like they had it right with the Battlefield formula with Squad Rush.
5-man
where
Squad
it's-
Rush would have been sick.
Well, yeah, it would have been awesome. I mean, you would have had to made a few minor changes because Battlefield 3 Squad Rush, you get what, like, if the tickets are set to normal,
25.
typically you get 5 lives per person.
Well,
So that's 5 attempts.
Wasn't it 25?
right?
Was it
No,
20?
20.
I think it
Oh, it
was
was 20? But I'm on PC. It's all over the place.
Yeah, I believe it was 20.
I
you know,
bet you I
20
can find an
tickets total
80-ticket server right now.
per bomb. You know, and
20.
like I can kind of get it. Like from what I understand, what are they giving you 2 bomb sites at one time now?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Yeah. So like they're like, all right, well, to make up for that, we're only going to give you 1 life. Well, that's exactly what Call of Duty's been doing with Search and Destroy. And if you look back even further, that's what Counter-Strike has been doing since day 1 with their stuff. Is
right, the
1
one
life to live.
Which I'm
2
okay
bomb
with
sites.
introducing that, but there's no middle ground now. Like if I want to play these small squad-based matches, that's all I got. Like I don't like 1 life modes. I don't care for them.
I don't mind a 1 life mode.
I
but
would
like,
have played it, but yeah.
my point is like if I want to play that style of game, I'm gonna plug in Call of Duty or I'm gonna reinstall Counter Strike and play that. A
lot of people say that, and I understand it. I'm not that guy. If I like the gun mechanics, like I'm a Battlefield 3 guy. I would take every game mode out of all the other games, bring it into those gun mechanics because that's what I love. That's what I love about. I hear what you're saying, but they do it better. But I still like the gunplay better. And so, I'm hoping the second assault or whatever is going to bring Squad Rush back. But it sounds like it's going to be too close to release. I don't know if they will.
I don't know, how hard is it, since they've done Squad Rush before, they're not making up new game rules, like, I don't know, it'd be more like testing the map to see how that it would work, I guess, but they know how to do it, so it's not like they're figuring stuff out more than just how to do it on specific maps.
Right,
So I think they could, if they crunched, they could add it that quickly.
But the problem
if
is,
they
will they?
wanted to.
Because let's be honest here. I mean, we're sitting here belly aching about it, but there's not going to be an outcry for it. If
That's
it's
why,
not
like,
in,
No.
nobody's
No,
going to be
Very
bitching and
niche,
moaning.
game mode that
Yeah,
a lot
that's
of
the
people
problem.
really, really like, but overall, it's not as much as the bread and butter
Yeah,
stuff.
it's not
like
a pub
regular
match.
Russian conquest.
It's
and all that.
it's not a pub match mode. You had to have
Yeah.
arranged matches. Like the best moments we had were 008 versus 008. We kind of had a gentleman's agreement on rules, and we went at it. But you ever try to, like, even with a 2 or 3 man group, get in and go? It was terrible. I admit that. But like I said, nobody's gonna complain about it when it's not there. So
Yeah, and they're not going to try to add more stuff when they see defuse, the other squad mode, as we said.
yeah. If that
Like I
doesn't-
said, I think the big thing PC guys have going for you on those getting in squads together is the server size. Because if you're down to 20 players, I think you're, especially with quick match going the way it is, that's the other piece of the puzzle. But quick match is hurting us too. It's really hard to squad up together. That's not a difference between platforms, and so it's going to get
never used
worse
quick match in my life
when
on
you go to
PC,
just
so
single
yeah.
squad modes. I don't know how it's going to work.
Well, they're going to change it up. There's going to be like the official servers. There's going to be another tier, and then there's going to be completely custom servers, which is good. I think that's a good policy. There's going to be, if you follow the vanilla rules, and I think quick match might, or get in game, whatever they're going to call it this time around, is going to only go to the official rule sets, which is going to push people to follow those. Because it's a problem on PC. You can't find
if you get a
class.
squad together and you go into the squad game mode, are you going to be a squad together?
You'll probably have a better chance
Yeah.
on
I don't know.
population alone. Like if you're saying then like Battlefield 3, if I went as a 4-man squad, tried to get in a squad rush match, no, I don't think we would. Not together. It would be 2 of us against 2 of us, and then the next 2 guys that joined would go on one team, so it would be 4 against 2.
If you do it right, you'll be on the same team, but
And God forbid
no
you
one's going
played
to play you.
squad
And if
deathmatch.
you're on defense, you're just going to sit there.
Yeah, I think that was the main
64-man squad in squad deathmatch.
On one squad, there's 60 guys in one squad, 4
do we
in the
shoot?
next.
The PC guys had that, didn't
Right.
they?
They never fixed it. Like, could you-
Never fixed it.
And I like squad deathmatch. I actually enjoy the hell out of it. Some of the A squad was some of the best times in Battlefield 3, but like that's just that doesn't embarrass them. Like, oh. Now there was a rumor. I think I did a video with it in it, but there was a rumor that there was another game mode that was going to be a single life deathmatch, which I haven't heard anything about it. So I guess it got cut out, but. Like something like that sounds kind of cool, where you can just go deathmatch. It's one life.
I would hate it
It would
because I
be
would
a
die.
slow.
I'd be the first guy.
It would be a slow match. Yeah, it would be a slow death match, but because
True.
you would have those moments where you both spawn in looking at each other.
I'd go hide
and
in
you're
the
just
corner.
like, oh yeah, I gotta draw on this guy quick, But yeah, so squad. I'm gonna, if this wasn't my last beer, I'd pour some out for Squad Rush, but
I'm out.
you're
I have to
out.
go back downstairs.
I'm out.
and fill
Is that
this
your
up
cue
again.
for having to go to the restroom, puppy?
No, I'm good right now. I don't know why.
Well, I mean, I was gonna just if now is a natural point. If you want to go, we could take a break and come back in 5 minutes and take some questions and whatever. You
Yeah,
want to
I think
do. I mean,
that's-
I think
I
we've
think that'll-
covered all the topics I had written down. That extensive research I did, and the one additional topic I have is from a gentleman now on the show. So we can cover that. I think we kind of did cover it a little bit, but we can talk about that now.
Okay.
But
All right. Okay.
so, yeah, well, actually, we might as well just wrap the show up. We'll come back. We'll do a post show. We'll talk to people. We'll take
say
some
bye.
questions because I haven't paid attention to this chat at all. I haven't been able to, which is kind of cool. I try, but
We can say bye to the YouTube people.
yeah. Well, I'll upload the other part too, but it's two different things. Because I'm all about them views. I'll
Right.
probably upload this whole podcast in 10-minute segments, actually, because that's how you do it. I think, isn't it? So that's what I'm
Yes.
doing wrong, apparently. But
Yes.
no, but yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming out. I've been watching, not huge numbers, but it's been 30, 40 the whole time. So been pretty good with that. And Lord knows it's an active chat. I don't know if these guys have even heard a word we've said, but I almost want to put just the camera on the chat so I can go back and read it tomorrow or something. But I'll leave it open on my desktop. But all right. So we will. Should I close the stream or should I just leave it open? Because I feel like everybody's going to take off if I close the stream.
Well, if you want to just leave it open,
I'll
man,
leave it
and
open. You'll see me
just-
walk out my door, but yeah, I got to piss.
Yeah. The liquor's
BRB
getting
in
to me, man.
5. I should go get more beers, but I'm not going to do that. I got to be up early.
We got to
All
crack
right,
this.
we will be right back in 5. We're going to take... Actually, well, I'm not going to be able to read the chat. So, yeah, we're going to take your questions. Whatever you guys want to talk about will be left open. And I think Puppy is begging. And Time, Polly, you guys... Nobody's obligated to stick around. He wants to talk some Grand Theft Auto, so we got to let him. So.
Hell yeah.
All right, we'll be right back in 5 minutes.